Welcome back to the Black and Gold Report. We're still joined by Coach Richardson. Let's talk about your two junior college transfers, defensive back Matthew Thomas Quick, who enrolled at UNCP in January, and offensive lineman Vincent Thorpe. What is going to be the learning curve for those two as they transition from the junior college level, and what potential do you see in those guys?
Well, Matt, he's here right now in school, and he's been working out with us, and so he's had a little bit of a leg up on everybody else at that position. So he's going to be able to catch up on the offense and defense. He's been able to go into winter workouts with us. He's just going to need to get the feel for how we do things. And spring ball coming up here will give him that opportunity. And so really looking forward to what he can do on the field. Vincent Thorpe, he won't get here until the fall, and so he won't have that luxury. But he's a big body that has shown that he really can prove himself what he's been able to do at the junior college level. So we feel like he can step in and really take some good snaps for us. And so we anticipate that he'll step in and play for us right away. He'll have to get caught up to speed on everything very quickly during fall camp, but think that he can really do that and step up into that position.
The Braves recently announced their 2015 schedule, which includes 5 home games, including a Thursday night season opener against Winston-Salem State. Talk about your schedule and what kind of challenges it will bring.
Well, it'll be a very challenging schedule once again, and that's been the fortunate thing that we've been able to do is schedule very competitive teams along the way to be able to really gain some credibility. And so it makes us better. It makes us have to really bring our A game week in and week out. Of course, Winston-Salem will always be ready for us, and we've been on the shorter end of the stick more often times than not against them. And so it'll give our guys a great challenge to be able to be hungry for, and we've got them at home underneath the lights. And of course, 2 years ago, that result was pretty good for us, and so we're looking forward to that game again here. And you know, the other teams as well, some of the other SAC teams that we've been able to keep on the schedule. We've got Tuskegee that'll be coming to town this year. We go to North Alabama. 2 of those programs right there are playoff programs year in and year out, and so really looking forward to seeing what we can do against programs like that.
Spring practice gets underway in March. Who are some of the guys that you expect to step up and lead this team moving forward into preseason drills and into next season?
Well, offensively speaking, I think the offense will be a year older, and so there's some guys up front on the offensive line that will be returning. Lawrence Keys, DeMarcus Whitehurst, Charles Holloway, and then there'll be some younger guys that'll have to step up as well. But those guys will need to anchor that offensive line, and I think they can do that. There'll be a year more experience in the system, more comfortable with what we're doing. At the quarterback position, Reggie Pinner will return. Pat O'Brien will also step into that role to compete for a spot, and those two I anticipate will be very hungry to see what they can do at the quarterback position there. Wide receiver, John Rich, B.J. Bunn, John Huff, Terrence Huffman. Those guys will all bring a lot of experience and a lot of reps to the table, and so you know, from a skill standpoint, Rontonio Stanley at running back will be able to step in there also. I expect our offense to play a lot better this year, and with those guys that I just mentioned, those guys will be able to step up into those roles. On defense, there are some guys that we'll need to replace, but Kendall Jacobs in the back end, he'll do a great job for us at safety, has been showing great leadership. Mike Keck at the defensive end spot, Ed Hopper, D-tackle, Blake Hickman and Ronnie Moore at the linebacker positions. Those guys have really stepped up and done some really good things from a leadership standpoint, and we expect that to carry on into the fall.
You welcome 3 coaches to your staff over the last month or so in defensive backs coach and co-defensive coordinator Joe Ford, offensive line coach Cody Kennedy, and defensive line coach Liddell Love. How have they adjusted to the rigors of your program, and what types of things will they add to the success of UNCP football?
Yeah, those guys, I spent a lot of time with them on the phone and interviewing them through the process, so they really understand what the program is all about. Really excited about Joe Ford and just the experience that he's had at the DB position. Really wants to be great and knows defensive football, and really excited about what he can do for us. Liddell Love at the D-line position, played the position and really is a technician, and think that he can bring a nice dynamic of details there. Cody Kennedy from West Georgia, our offensive line coach, he can bring great experience and a great energy to our staff. And so really couldn't be more thrilled about those guys as we go into spring ball.
Thanks so much for being on the show with us today, Coach.
Thank you very much.
And when we come back, we're going to talk to head coach Robin Langley about her tennis season, so stay tuned.